Hi everybody, and today I am with Bev Grace, and we're going to share her beautiful message with you all. She's a wonderful body-mind worker, and she does it in a variety of ways. And Beverley, I just want you to share your journey to where you are now, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, thank you, Shauna. My journey really took off after my divorce, which didn't go all that well for me, but it led me to where I am now, which is taking more of my gifts out and respecting more of my gifts, and just feeling a lot better about myself and what I have to offer. So you're probably wondering, what do I have to offer? Yeah?
That was going to be my next question. Well done.
What do I have to offer? When I do group work, people seem to take on what they like is the freedom. I exhibit certain freedom in my body, and I think whatever you exhibit in your body also is expressed through your life, through your mind, through what you do. And I think we take on a lot of other people's garbage, and if we can find creative, fun ways to put those to the side and move on with our own freedom and expressiveness, then I think that would really help humanity.
Yeah.
To be more expressive and flowing with life, this open feeling.
Yes, that is really what we're about, and it's just a fantastic little sum up there, because it's about freedom. It's about finding freedom of expression in whatever way that is for you, isn't it? And you do it in so many ways, don't you? I mean, you're an artist, you're an expressive arts therapist, you do facilitating. Tell us all about your beauty and what you do with it.
I love to move. I think we can all move, and I think moving and voicing can be very liberating. In many ways, you don't have to say anything, because the body just expresses itself. All you need to do is give it permission to do that. And I think as we get older, we become very fixed, and so it's to go back to that place where you can be curious about your body and how it moves, and be given some tools as to how to flow in different ways. How to move directly, how to move indirectly, how to feel connecting with real true feelings in the body, the sensations in the body.
Because because with life as it is for most people now, all busy or whatever, they've lost touch with feeling. They've lost touch with even noticing what's going on in their body at all.
That's so true. They go to the gym to get fit, but that's, to me, in many ways, that's great. That's also another form of escapism, where you don't have to really take note of what your body might be saying. You've stopped listening to the calls of the ouches, and there are no metaphors. There's not. Well, I don't find much reflection time in going to the gym, but maybe others do. So probably a bit personal.
Yeah, I think everyone has everybody has a way in which they find their flow, and but yes, that's right. I mean, I've seen a lot of people that do running and things like that, and they literally are running away from stuff every day, and when they open up. So
I think it's a lot about intention. I think people who do run can get the rhythm and the flow, and then they let their thoughts flow, and it's just this lovely, repetitive, ongoing feeling. And it can also be a bit of a drug state you get into, which is, I suppose that's okay. I don't know. I've never been a runner, I have to say.
No, I've been a runner either, but that kind of high that people say that they get through it, it's like what you do is connect people to that bliss state, I'm going to call it, without the need to do that. You connect through it through all those things that you do, through your art. Even you can express so much through painting, can't you?
Yes. Well, when you take movement onto the canvas, or you take what's on the canvas into movement, there is a bit like peeling back another layer, and another layer of discovery comes in, and you get that, wow, aha, now I understand a bit more. So it's a way of knowing yourself, and just having that those sensations and the knowledge, goes a long way to feed our life with positive information. Instead of dwelling on the negatives, we can brush those, honor them, give them a little bit of energy but not too much, and then say goodbye, move on to more positive energies.
Allow them to blossom in their way thereafter. Because I find so many can't express themselves through words, so you must help people quite a lot through the art. What kind of things do you help with it?
Well, I think depression might be one thing. People get stuck and they can't move, so if they move their body, they can start moving other areas. I've also just finished doing an NLP and a timeline therapy course, which I think really unblocks people's emotions that are tied to the events. So I'm going to be exploring ways of taking that into moving, drawing, writing. And in a group, you have that witnessing component that I think is also quite important.
And it's just allowing it to flow out. But it's interesting, as you say, because how it helps the mind to flow through through movement and the paintbrush. I've witnessed that myself, and actually my own family, that they can express themselves so clearly through paint and a paintbrush, and yet they can't say much at all.
They can't articulate the And I think the body has just got some wonderful metaphors that we can use. And so connecting with the body, so that's where my remedial massage comes in, and the finding the metaphors, doing the drawings, peeling back the layers. And, sometimes you have to confront before you are able to let something go and have the new finding. So there's there's a time when you're confronting your drawing and it's releasing through the movement, and then you've moved through it, you've integrated something into what you are doing in life, and it seems to, for me, it sticks, it stays, because it's embodied. You have it in your body, so it's a lot easier to take that and integrate it than something that's in the mind. It's all in the unconscious rather than sort of up here still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And I noticed.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I noticed as well, one of the things that you help with is facilitating the mind, and you do work with people with dementia, do you?
My mother has dementia, and so I thought I'd do the courses and find out really what it's like to have dementia. Mm-hmm. I have done some movement with dementia, and it's seated movement, and I haven't had a lot of experience, but I think I'm going to promote my working with the people who are aging.
Yeah, because that's something actually that's increasing, that's out there. So to have somebody like yourself there to go to that could reconnect them with how they move, and and through movement kind of reignite themselves. I
think that's one of the things that people with dementia lose, is that connection to the music and themselves and the movement. So I think music is very important in that it feeds them rhythm, and it gives them their memories, and they can then move into it and just feel their bodies in a new way. I notice with my mother that she's very stuck in a sort of pattern.
Yeah.
So I've lived in Nicaragua for some time in the past, and also lived in America, but Nicaragua in particular was a very interesting place. In part, I had to learn another language, which was very enriching, and I'd like to go back there and take some of these skills to people there and see how that goes. There's been a lot of trauma in Nicaragua at the moment with a political trauma, and I think the next generation coming up is going to need a lot of expressive means to express themselves and be free and feel safe in doing that.
Yeah, I mean, there's such a beautiful thing that you want to do, actually, is to food travel and taking your gifts there, because they're quite musical people anyway, but to use it to facilitate their process of releasing trauma through it. That's something else, isn't it? And it's just using their natural skills and loves to help them and to learn how to help them through it. Yeah.
That's right. And maybe not to be so perfect with the language is not important. Just give the ideas through the movement flow and that kind of thing. So
I mean, there's one thing that I think is really unifying, and that is anything to do with the arts, because it doesn't matter if you can't speak through them, because you can dance with anybody in the world because it's something they recognize.
Yes.
You can paint with anybody in the world and they can go, oh,
exactly.
It's it's something that helps the world to express together, and grow together.
They say we think in images, and that images and movement perhaps speak louder than words. Because I think sometimes we don't really hear the words, even the ones we speak to ourselves. They just run a pattern and repetitive over and over and over.
So it's a wonderful flowing thing, and it comes from deep inside as well when it's to do with art, doesn't it? It comes from the core of people. It's what they're about in expression, I find.
I think there's this expression from one of my mentors, Anna Halprin, who said, the body doesn't lie, you know. And I've heard that said by other people too, you know, when the body expresses something, it doesn't lie. Not like we can BS with our words, but I don't think we can with our bodies.
No. Yeah, because it's as you say, it's obvious, because your body language can't hide anything, because even if you can't pretend to be flowing when you're not, you know. It's just how it is. Because it's all about the energetic waves that are in there, isn't it? And
it
how
is.
they're and that's
and I look at my paintings now differently, and I see, wow, that was a lot of energy there. Ooh. It's bouncing off the walls. Where's this energy going? And mostly that's what my paintings are, pretty energetic. I suppose there will come a period in time when they'll be a lot calmer and they'll be more restful, but right at this moment in time, just take them as they are, respect them for however they come out, and that's okay. So.
Why should they ever change and become anything less than energetic?
Well, because it's who you are, and it reflects a period in time. So there's going to be a period in time when I'm less here, there, everywhere, going. There's going to be a time of, you know, stillness, and I think that my paintings in time will reflect that period in time. Because
everything becomes a reflection of where you're at, doesn't it, in the art, when it's art. So if somebody is watching would really love to kind of connect, but they say, oh, I can't paint, or oh, I can't dance, or whatever it is, what would your message to them be?
I would ask them when that belief was implanted into their mind, and perhaps don't listen to it, but just do it. Get some paper and have fun. Have fun mostly. Go to the fun pleasure place. Just do it. Don't believe it. Don't believe that you can't draw, can't paint, can't dance, can't sing, because that's just a belief, and it came from somewhere. Look at where it came from. Do you believe that? Do you really believe that? Is that your belief or somebody else's belief? Usually you'll find that somebody else has planted that in your mind, then you've bought into it and believe it.
Absolutely. I've been guilty of that myself, taking on other people's thing, and then actually I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to do it anyway.
Yes, good.
And so and I've done a few daredevil things actually by having that perspective. Oh, if they say I can't, I'll do it anyway.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Because they're actually, I always kind of have the view there's no such thing as can't. When you really dig deep inside, you always can find some way of doing something. Yeah.
Some people, I think, move towards that challenge. If somebody says, you can't do that, there are some people that say, I'm going to show you I can, you know. And there are other people who say, oh, okay, well, if that's what you think, then maybe I can't. They trust others more than they trust themselves. So trust yourself.
Yeah, that's a powerful message, that actually in those two words, trust yourself. Because it, in a way as well, it's a way of expressing and releasing. It can be very healing, I think, doing anything artistic. And you know, sometimes you can sing a song and you end up crying by the end because it's touched something, or and you start off thinking, oh, I'm going to paint something this way because I'm feeling in this mood, and then actually you connect with something and you end up doing something totally different.
Absolutely. That's the lovely surprises you get when you paint and when you move.
So if I was to ask you what your message is for everybody, your core message, as in what's pressing on your heart right now, for people to know about you and the gifts that you have and how they would help them, what would your message be for them?
Big question. A big one, Shauna. Yes. Break it down a little bit. What gifts do I have that others might want to take out there? What can I give people?
It's about what I'm asking. You can break it down as ever you want, but just flow with it, and as how from your heart do you help people, and how can just how do you want to help?
I think mostly by being an example, just by being that person that people see as flowing, happy, carefree. But if people want to get to this state, I think they have to, or they don't have to, but I would suggest perhaps that they find somewhere where they can move freely and express themselves openly, and sing from the heart, draw from the heart, write from the heart. Go into some of those creative modalities. Go and play with your photographs, but look for the metaphors, reflect, look for the meaning. Okay, I took a nice series of pictures. What are they saying? They just, if they have no connection to the heart, then what feeds your heart, what gives your heart energy, I suppose, is it helping others to express themselves? Is it just helping people to be themselves, helping people to be happier about who they are and what they have in life? Peeling back the layers, letting go of expectations, all those good things.
Yeah, that's a really good message there, and also as you said earlier as well, the connection with the childlike curiosity or
really
exploration
important.
and, you know, oh, what happens if I do this, and what happens if I do
yeah. Yes, it gets lost as we become adults, very responsible beings, responsible for everything. But if we allow ourselves to be curious, and it's okay to fail, it's okay if something doesn't work, just accept it as a learning, not a failure.
Yeah, that is a really good point. There is, and some people actually say there's no such thing as failure. It's just a lesson to be learned.
Yes. Leave those erasers at home when you draw. You know, don't take an eraser with you. Those extra lines are the energy lines, the flow lines. Don't look at them as mistakes. No.
Yeah, it's all part of you. And if there's something I find as well, when I draw something and I think, oh, I don't like how I've done that bit there. And then I think, oh, this is meant to be reflective of me. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? Like, what is it I'm not liking today? But it's very good at showing you, isn't it, art? It's very good at showing you anything artistic is. Yeah. And so do you have classes and things that you teach and things like that?
My focus has been recently a lot of caring for my mother and father. My classes are coming together again, and I'll be doing one-on-one sessions with people, as well as, and I can work with people online or over the phone, and that's very doable. Working through, sifting through emotions, where they come from, letting them go, moving into your drawing, moving the body into the drawing, and the drawing into the body, and the words and the thoughts. And we can do that online, over the phone. Otherwise, my classes are happening in Adelaide. When mum passes, which may not be too far away, then and I might start taking more of my classes into other parts of Australia. I'd really like to do that, or to Nicaragua, where my children are, and it's likely that they'll end up in Nicaragua, so it's possible that I might end up there.
Awesome. That sounds fabulous. Wonderful journey that's just beginning to unfold in your life.
That's right, and I think this is just part of it. The project that you and Heather are launching sounds pretty awesome, and
lovely. It's lovely to have you as part of it. It's because the fluidity that you provide people through what you do is something that, because there's so many people out there that want help but aren't good at speaking about it.
Yes, those are ones that need to come and see me. I'd love to speak to them and help them find that fluid place. Yeah, and that's a wonderful place to fit into, you know, because to be able to express in any way is a wonderful thing and a very repairing thing. It helps you to restore, just to be able to write things down as they pop, or, you know, draw things or whatever it is as they flow through. And, you know, that's a wonderful thing to provide for people. If you want to connect with Beverley, you can through the website. It's a toughworldouthere.com, and she would love to hear from you and help you move forward in your world.
And is there anything else that you wish to share with everybody, Beverley?
Just go out there and do it and have fun. Find the pleasure in everything you do. That's it.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.